Howdy everybody, it's your favorite cowboy, Fitzy Pop, and don't freak out. I know I'm on the left side of the screen. And I'm not normally over here. But we're playing a new game, and I'm familiar with the UI of this game, and I know we got these bad boys over here. If I'm in my usual spot, we'd be covering up this. So I need to be over here now. So we're chilling over here. But we were playing Dorfromantik. We call it Dorf. That's what the pros call it. And that's what I am. A Dorf pro. Not really. But anyway, for people who do not know, if you haven't been watching my live streams, those who do watch live streams would be familiar with this game, but it's a tile matching game. You see here, it's a tile up at the top. That's the one we're about to place. And we need to match the edges of our tiles. So here, we've got grass on grass, so the line lights up. Beep, we throw it down. This is a quest. It wants us to connect. Well, right now it wants us to connect 2 water tiles together. You see how I do this? Now it wants 1. We're getting pretty lucky with the quests. It's quite odd to have 2. You can see over here, this is a 2 water quest as well. So once we get 1 more water, we'll finish both these quests off. We've got another quest over here. And we get to see new tiles. So this is a wheat tile, and then a house tile. I think technically this counts as grassland. You see that? So like if we go here, we've got 2 matching edges, but then this house on grassland will not count as a match. So we don't want it. I don't want none of it. So we could do something like this. And I think to keep in mind, rivers are quite tricky because if you have a stream, that means you must have water on this edge. It's like I cannot place this tile here. You see my little X? I can go here, I can go here, I can go all over. But I can't go in these 2 because the stream requires water. But water can match to grassland, so having this grassland facing this area is a pretty good idea. So I'm going to do that. Railroad is kind of like a river, except worse in most ways. It's just, it must be facing a rail. Like, you know, I have to have railroads facing this way. So this actually stinks that this is how my game is starting. Then I got a railroad so quickly. But we could do this, and we'll see how it goes. This works okay, but again, we need a railroad. So and this quest wants more houses. So we could do this instead. And again, you see how we prepped these grasslands facing this way? And look here. Pretty good tile. And we're going to get 2 quests. And quests will give us more tiles. So we have 35 tiles. Once we do this, boom. So you get 5 per quest. So we were at 35. I put 1 down to go down to 34. And then, boom, 5 plus 5. 44. But now we're at 44. And look at me. I can end this railroad right now. I was worried about it. I'm no longer worried about it. We could complete this quest now, but we're going to mess up the edge here on this wheat. And I like trying to play as perfect as possible. Now, there are times when you can't do that. It gets very, very difficult. But early on, I think it's doable. So like this. That's a perfect. We kind of need this. Oh, it didn't line up the way I want it to. And it actually kills this quest. You see that red X there? It wants at least 2. The only way this like house grows is from this edge, right? Because this is the only outward facing edge. So if I slap it down here, we close off that edge, and the quest cannot be completed. So we would kill it if we do this. I'm not interested in doing that right now. What I will do is contribute to this wheat quest. In fact, we can finish this wheat quest right here. And maybe I'll do it like that. We've got the beginnings of what could be a larger forest here, but I'm not sure I'll do it because, like we talked about with the stream, railroads tend to have mostly grassland on it, so if I have these forests facing this railroad, maybe not a great idea. So, actually, I might have to build it up here. I think I'll do that. And then look, oh, it's kind of tricky. This isn't bad if we could do this, because I don't like having a river being like so close to a railroad because they're so needy. If we curve this away, and look, our little boat is going to try and go down to the end of the river. It's very cute. We love it. This looks very good to me. And now, something like this, we're going to complete this quest and remain perfect. I'm trying to make sure I'm touching on everything so that we all know. This is good placement. Look at this, 4 matching edges, very nice. I will explain perfect tiles, but we haven't had one yet. Perfect tiles, very important to having a good score in this game. But once we unlock one, I will show you all. Or once we have one lined up. And this is a really unfortunate water. Remember I said we'd have mainly grassland on it? We don't. We have 2 tree, 2 wheat. And so I might be forced into not playing perfect. I guess here could work. And I guess here could work. But I think this is probably smarter. This is a really rough tile. I can do this, though. Now, we kill this quest. You see how this is a 2+? That means at least 2 more houses, and we'll complete this quest. This quest over here says 6. We need exactly 6. So if I place here, I'm connecting to all of these, and that's more than 6. I'm actually okay with doing that, though. I'm not too concerned about this quest right now. And I can do it again. Same deal. 6. I'm going to kill this quest. Oh, you know what? I'll undo so we can see that perfect again. So, this is going to be a perfect tile. A perfect tile is when every edge of the tile matches. So when I do this, this is its 6th edge that we'll be matching. So that means we've got it all. So wheat, wheat, wheat. We'll put a wheat here, wheat, grassland. If you do that, you get 60 points. 10 points for each edge. And then you get a tile back for getting a perfect. So right now we're at 51 tiles in our I don't know, in our bank, we can call it. I'm gonna throw one down to go down to 50. I'll get a perfect. I'll go back up to 51. And there we go. Now we killed the quest. It kind of stinks that we got our quests aren't being too friendly, right? We killed these ones. This one's gonna be hard to do. But that's okay. We just started. Not too bad. And then I'm getting the making of a lot of houses together. So if we get a big housing quest, we'll be set. So like if this 2 houses was over here, ooh, we'd be done. Now what do we want to do here? I might do this because the tiles that we need in here are pretty specific because they're surrounded by a lot already. If I do this, here's the difference between some water tiles. So a stream means you have to play a water tile. This is a pond, though, or a lake, maybe. That means grassland can go on this edge. It doesn't have to be water. So that gives me more options down in here. And then if we want to make a really long waterway, I think I'll just continue it out here. And maybe we have a dream where this goes and connects over to this guy. Because this is 6+. At least 6. So we can get that quest quite easily. Now here, I don't really like it when we have 3 different things on my edges, right? So we've got 2 houses, 3 edges of tree, and 1 of wheat. It's like, it gets a little dramatic, doesn't it? It's a little tricky. I could do this, and this kind of appeals to me, but look how tricky this tile then becomes. So it's already hard that we need a stream, so we have to have water. We also now want trees. If I throw this down, we want a stream, trees, and a house. That's not exactly easy to do. I'm not sure I'm convinced I'll do it. Now what we could do, something like this. This tile is kind of already asking for trees from this one. We can give it more trees to ask for. And what we also do by doing this, you see how we're kind of curving our houses? I don't want this... I want to kind of corral my junctions, right? So I've kind of got a wheat junction. I don't really have a forest one yet because we're kind of split between 2 things. And let's say I don't want my houses to grow way down here. If I go like this, I'm influencing the houses to eventually kind of wrap back up on itself. So let's place this. Now that does make this tile very tricky, but that's okay for now. Here we can extend. Remember, we just talked about how we're kind of making a district of wheat. Let's do it. Now here, 3 trees, and now we're putting grassland near this river. I like this much better. So before we had a house here, now we're just going to have some trees. So that's still a little bit tricky, but this grass is a good play, I think. And then here, this idea is quite kind. I like it. And my next tile is all grassland except for one tree. Usually these are very powerful tiles. We can't really take advantage of it. But so if I did something like this, you see how this is all matching? That's quite good. I don't know if I'll place it there. I could also do something like this. Face this tree outward and match all these grasslands together. I'm not sure where I want it to go, though. Again, I don't really want this tree facing because I think this will probably just go straight down. There's a chance it doesn't, but I might do this. We get ourselves a perfect, so we get another tile back. And then, is this... Oh, this isn't wrapped the way I want it to. I wanted the wheat across. What I could do... If I put this, we cap off this wheat, and maybe we kind of say, hey, if we put this house facing this way, we want these houses to eventually connect each other. You see what I mean? What else could we do? We could do this. I could do this. This isn't bad. It is helping with us, with the water facing, but, you know, if we're going to build across here, maybe placing this tile in the way is not what we want to do. I could also do this. If I do this, I'm helping the grassland face this train track. I might take this. Unless there's something... If these houses were on the other side, I would place it here. But since they're facing outwards, I think I'm going to do this. Get a little insurance. Alright, we're getting a quest, a housing quest. So we would kill it if we put here, right? It wants 7 exactly. We don't have 7 exactly. I could do this, complete this quest, and be well on our way to this quest. But then I'm ruining three tiles here. I think we're going to kill a quest again. You can be very picky with your quests. Don't be afraid to be picky. I could place out here, and that's an option. In fact, why not? Because I see a lot of houses coming up. You see these tiles down here. Now, these are all more than 5, and if I place this, I need 5 exactly. So, right, I go here, and it's like, oh, no, you're going to kill it. But this is a plus housing quest. So I'm allowed to go a little bit over. And I want to place it, I don't know, just right here. And then look at this. This is all houses on the edge. Right here. And a perfect. Quest complete and a perfect. Up to 53. Not bad at all. Don't really want this. I like having this wheat grow out so much. But again, I am a little bit worried about this river. So maybe I can work towards connecting this wheat with this wheat. In doing this. There's something to that. What else could I do? You know what? I'm kind of... something like this might work. We can get grassland facing this river. That might work. I think I'm going to stick to this. And I actually want this grassland to face... You know what? No, I don't want to do this. Because if I do this, we're going to say, hey, we're very particular with what goes here. Already we need 4 matching. If I do this, that means we need 5 matching. If I do it like this... We still are building towards connecting these, but we can have like 2 edges of wiggle room. And now we're getting a not great railroad. Look at that. And we can't even place it on our railroad because it wants to curve to that. And of course, railroads have to be attached to railroads. So what I could do is place this and say I will eventually get a railroad that goes straight across. But then this railroad kind of stinks, right? We want wheat and a house. Yeah. So we're kind of in a bind. And I don't really have a ton of options of where this can go. Yeah, this is not a great tile. We're kind of in a pickle. Let me think here. I might actually just do this. And maybe eventually, somehow we'll get a really good tile that has railroad with wheat and house on it. This is more than 5 houses, so we don't want to build here. I will do this. And we're getting quite compact here. We can add to our river. We know we want to build out here. build kind of towards this. So why don't we take this guy? And we will eventually... Now, it's 2 streams, so water's going to be required. Another pretty... oh, wait. Let's see. Where does this one go? Oh, I was getting ahead of myself. I like this, because I don't really want tons of trees. I mean, I could... that's something... There's something to that. We're kind of trying to consolidate these trees. I'd like to kind of cap them off. Here... That's not bad. It's compact. We're kind of filling in some gaps. Alright, we talked about the power of a lake. Because now, like a full grassland tile can go right in that middle there. And be very good. I could also do this. And this might be better. We're kind of stopping the wheat from growing too much. Because I think we will eventually work our way up here. You know, we've got this chain, we've got these. These will be attached. I like this idea. Man, another really rough tile. Woof. Railroad and water on it. Yowzas. How do we navigate this problem? Well, it doesn't even fit there. It could fit here. We get one non-perfect, though. I don't want to do it yet. I want to try and be as perfect as possible for as long as possible. I could do this. And I bet you there's a chance we get a railroad that has trees right there. A big wheat quest. We're kind of prepared for this, right? Again, I don't want to place it there because it makes getting it squeezing in that little direction very difficult. I think I'm going to build it like this. Remember we said we wanted to cap off trees? How about right here? Because grassland is easiest to build on. I'm fine with including grassland near my town, and we're going to stop these trees from growing. Where else could we go? We could go here. That fits quite nice. You know, that's not great, obviously. This isn't bad. I think I like this best, though. And then, remember how we said it's easy to put grassland here? We could do that. We could do this. Maybe do it like this. What else could I want? We do want kind of grassland facing this, but you know what? I'm going to do this one. We cannot place our railroad here. This railroad is straight across, and this is kind of requiring it to curve a bit. Putting it here is rough. So what's the play? What is the play? I'm going to do a gamer thing. We have not seen this tile yet, but I know one exists. I don't think I know the proper term for it in-game, but I call it a water house. What it is a house is like that doubles as water, as grassland, and as a train track. So you can actually end up combining train tracks. So if I place this here, which this isn't really great placement, but for learning purposes we can. I have to put a water house here because this is a stream that requires water and a railroad that requires a railroad. So if we get a water house, it's going right here. We've got a lot of housing built up. The problem is it's half forest. So we can't really take full advantage of it yet. I can prepare for it. Maybe somehow we combine these edges here across. This wheat kind of makes that difficult. Where else could we go? A lot of forests. A lot of forests. We might have to kill our perfect dream. That's okay, though. Sometimes you can't be perfect. But we'll try it as long as we can. That's not going to cut it. This is okay. I like this. This is not good enough. It made me think about it. It's not bad. What else? Where else could we go? Maybe this? That's not bad. Grassland facing the stream. I like it. Here's a water. I'm going to put you here. I love this. Water with a house on it. Since we know a water house goes here, I could just do something like this. And we know the water will attach to the water house there. Dude, well, tons of water. Here's water proving that that attaches to grassland. And again, this is because it's a lake, not a stream. Where else could we go? This is not bad. It does work on our quest. And we're still kind of waiting on water with trees on it. I see it, but it doesn't line up the way we want. Ooh, that's a bummer. We could do it kind of out here. Honestly, I'd like to kind of just circle up on this waterway and not have to deal with these streams. That's something. We've got water facing it, and we got 2 matching. We could also finally combine this and complete this quest. That's not a bad idea. I might do it. Again, we're going to make it really difficult to fill these 2, because like they are going to require tiles. But it's grassland, and that's the most common edge, so I'm fine with it. Did we need... We've got 3 houses, 1 forest. Is there a way that I can take full advantage of it? It's looking like no. I could do this. I think it's maybe best to do that. Here's a railroad we can't really build on. I could do this, because this needs to be a water house. I'm fine with it. And we can a little choo-choo train moving down. And now we've got a big housing quest. This looks okay to me. Water with houses on it. Very close to what I wanted. Flip that around. We're in business, baby. This can't be placed because the water's going to curve into that, and it's a stream, so that's a bummer. I could do this. That's something. I could also... I mean, we could add to this quest. I think we'll take that. We do want to try and finish this quest up as quickly as possible, because there is like a limit of quests you can have on the map at a given time. I'll build it here. The reason I didn't want to build it there is because we're putting grassland here, and we kind of want to connect this guy back into this guy. Just all grassland. I think I'm going to put it right here. And this will be good. This will be a lot of perfects, right? This will be a perfect. This will be a perfect. And then the tile we place itself will be a perfect. So we'll get 3 here. That. Not bad at all. There's something to that. Some of this is not usable, though. I'm not mad at this. Oh, I see the next tile. Look how disgusting this tile is. A 5-way railroad with wheat on it. Blech. Blech. It's terrible. Oh, is this what... Yeah, I think this is what we're turning to. I see my water house coming up, so we can enjoy that. Let's continue this. Here's my water house, and you see how it combines this stream and the railroad. We love it. And also a perfect that I didn't notice. We can think about adding to the stream. It's 4 exactly. This has 5 on it, so we want to add to this one. We can complete some quests here, and I love this. Because now, it's very easy to get these houses connected to this house. We still have to worry about the wheat, but the rest of it's very good. If we weren't super picky, we could do this and ruin 1 tile, but I'm still being picky right now, so we'll do this instead. And now we get a really strong forest tile. All edges are forests. We don't have a forest quest right now. Let's think about where we built this even. Man, it's quite tricky. To be perfect, we'd have to play it kind of on like make like a peninsula here, maybe. This could be the beginning of a big forest. I don't really want to do over here because we're messing with, you know, the stream here. If I put it here, I'm messing with that railroad. I'm going to make this peninsula maybe here, because we can probably add these trees together. Now, 3 grassland, 1 wheat, 1 forest, 1 house. It's not easy. They ain't gonna make it easy for us. We are at 42 tiles. And again, we don't have to be perfect. I just like to be as long as I can. That's not terrible placement. Again, we need 4 exactly. If I go here, we can bump down to 3. Makes sense to me. How else could we do it? I could throw it kind of like this. That's not bad. That's not bad either. I might do that. Does this work somehow? No. I'm being ridiculous. I think I'm going to do this. Another tricky railroad. We're all about tricky railroads. And man, there's no way to make this work well. That's something, but man, it gets real tricky. If we do this, we're on a track to having to combine with a water house again. But it might just be crazy enough. Because I see a tile. I think I see this second tile here. We'll go here, and then we'll water house it. Which, unfortunately, forces us to no longer be perfect. Because water houses don't have trees on them. They are only water grassland railroad. Which, I say only, but that listed 3 things. It's like incredible. Look at this. Very satisfying. 4 matching edges. I say thank you. And then let's go here. And we can get here. 3 matching. A big forest tile with a quest. We said we were going to start our big forest right here. And why don't we continue that path? A lake. I like lakes. Why not do it here? We're working towards our quest still. And we've kind of filled in a big gap. More forests. We know where the forest can go. Oh, if this didn't connect, that would have been a perfect placement. Actually, that would be like almost an Exodia. An Exodia is when... Well, it wouldn't be an Exodia because this... But if this was filled, in here, like these 2 are perfect. If I place this, I get... Itself would be perfect, and then everything surrounding it's perfect, and it's very satisfying to get. I've only gotten it a few times, but I enjoy it every time. I'm going to place you kind of like this. Forest with wheat on it. This is pretty cool. We're connecting these trees, and there's a way this wheat grows out and gets this one. I ain't mad at it. Do you work the way I want you to? Not quite. If I flip this wheat around, I get it. This quest is going to be really hard to complete. It's been here since the beginning, and I think we might abandon it, because it's holding a potentially better quest hostage, right? I could do this, make some grassland facing this railroad. I ain't mad at it. And then why don't we add this water quest to this guy? We'll complete one of them, and then we're 1 away. Which I can just get right here if I wanted to. But let's see if we can find a better placement for it. I don't think that we will. I think I might just take the points. Or the quest completion while I can. Let's do it like... I'm actually going to face these guys outward. Because since grassland's so easy to build. Actually... you know what? I won't. Because if I want this river to be really long, I want it to grow out into the void. The end of a railroad is quite interesting. Just barely not perfect. And I don't think a great way to make it perfect. I guess this is something. Let's try that. I see a tile. This tile's not going to work. Oh, you see how it was kind of close? I think it had to be flipped. That would have been sweet, huh? What if I get that? I'm demanding 4 railroads if I place this. I don't think that's smart. I don't think that's reasonable. But again, not a lot is reasonable with this tile. We might have to start a like 3rd railroad, which you know what? I might do this. And we're gonna have to get like the 4-pronged railroad. I guess 5 could work. If we get another one of these, just cut the wheat off, place it in there, that might work. That appeals to me. We're running kind of low on fumes here. We've been about 30 minutes. We've got time. We could play a little bit more. But I'm a huge fan of this game. I think it's very relaxing. But it also allows me to think out loud. There's always something to comment on. And it's just beautiful. Like, look at this. The wheat growing, boom, boom, boom. Red wheat. And there's a ton of different styles. So, like, if once you get, like, a really big land, the style of the houses will change. And, like, the color of the grass will change. So you can get, like, a tundra area. You can get, I mean, obviously tundra. You can get, like, snow-capped trees and stuff. It's very cool. This is good. Where else could you go? Not a ton of spots. This isn't bad. Again, we're putting out grassland towards that stream. I'll do that. And then we still have this housing quest we want to combine. It's very close to be what we wanted, but it is not what we wanted. I could stop this from growing anymore. So, hey, I don't want wheat over here. The problem is we've cut off the expansion of this town, and it's only growing out of these edges here. And if I do that, it's going to make it tricky to, like, combine these three houses. So maybe I could do this. This isn't bad. And there's a chance we just get a solo house that we add to. Another railroad with houses on it. I don't like it. I'm sad about it. And I don't know how we avoid disaster here. I guess I could build it. No, not even that. I was thinking I could build it backed up against our town, but our town has so much grassland on it. Oh boy. I could do this to try and remain perfect. Woof. That's bad. This does not bode well. For like a tutorial video, not really a tutorial video, but for my first time streaming the game, or playing the game on YouTube, we're kind of getting our teeth knocked in a little bit. We can do this. This is 10 exactly on those houses. I don't know how we're going to complete that quest. In fact, I think we might just say no. Well, you know what? If we keep you separate, we complete this quest and then connect them. That's possible. It's doable. And then we've got wheat over here. That's cool. I like that. Ending of a railroad. We have so many railroad problems. I would love to deal with them somehow. It doesn't look like I can deal with them in a healthy way, though. Because of these darn trees. I could do this. That's technically perfect. We got a new railroad coming out. I could also stop this from growing some. And this actually might be our best bet right here. To kind of manage the terror that is these double railroads. 4 houses. I need 1. We can build off of this 9 needed, so now we only need 5. Here's a railroad quest that we could consider. This finally is the shape we need. Clearly it doesn't match several edges, so I don't really want to do it. We might go way out here into the evil lands and build it. This is helpful just because we're going to have grassland facing this, and so like a straight grassland railroad would work. And then this guy gets just sent off. How am I going to manage that? That's okay. That's okay. Again, we still got this tree quest. If I plant it, we're 1 tree away. It's not bad. But I think I want to just add to what we have out here. Now we're getting more... Okay, hang on. This is curving in a good way for me. I like this. This is a little tricky. Oh, it's so close, but it's not good enough. Not good enough yet. We're getting down to 27 tiles. That's enough to work with, but we do need to be cognizant of our problems. And we have plenty problems. I could do that, but then I'm putting kind of a forest by this. I'm not sure I want to do that. I don't want to do this either. This is probably best. Or at least good enough. Also, by the way, I know that this game has an undo. Whoop. And I can do that, but I don't really like messing with the undo. I think I like to live with my mistakes. And there are plenty of times where I make mistakes. I won't see that a certain tile isn't matching. So sometimes it's tricky. So like it'll be rotated in such a way, and it's like, let's say I don't see that this is a grassland because I'm rotated like that, and it's like it looks like there's trees on that edge, and I place this here. And it's like, oh, wait, and then I put it, and then I don't get the points or the perfect that I thought I could get. I'm like, wait, what happened? It's like, oh, I was not patient. If I do this, I'm kind of stifling the growth of this giant wheat field. You see, it can only kind of expand through this guy, and if I do that, you're done. I could do this. I could also do this. This, or How about that? 2 houses with a lot of grassland on them. Maybe something like that? Something like that. Well, you know what? Again, that tree right there. I almost made a boo-boo. How about right here? We kill the quest, but we get a perfect placement and a perfect on this guy and a perfect on this guy. That's okay. Kill the quest, but we got 3 perfects out of it. 3. And then this guy helps us make a big wheat field. If I do it here, we're going to get 1 railroad away. In fact, this will kind of... Well, you know what? This is kind of good. I know I could build on this. Well, that works too. There and there. I think this is so much closer to the quest. I'm going to do it. And since these are ponds, the end of a railroad could go here. Or I could water house this again. That would satisfy that quest. I don't want to do that. We know this has to be a water house. We kind of want a lot of water houses, right? 1 here, 1 here. We already know this will fail eventually. I'm just not going to think about it for a little bit. So we can pretend we're playing, like, super good. This has a single house on it. Man, that would have been nice over there. I think we're going to do it like this. Bring you down to 4. We could bring it down to 1, but not a lot of perfects to be gained. This is something, but I think we can do better. There's a happier home for you. We just need to find where that is. I don't want to put that forest facing that. That's something. Is there something better? We can make this kind of a little bit larger. That ain't gonna work. A lot of this isn't gonna work. My only problem with this is that these forests kind of concern me, because look at this, like, all these are really tight to fit through. We demand 5 perfects here. Right now we demand 4. But if that's there, then this would be 5, and then this would be 4. So it's just like, it's a little concerning. So that's what's preventing me from slapping that down. I might just do this. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. This helps. We're gonna combine like all this wheat together. Look at this wonky railroad. We're getting really bad railroad luck, I feel. It's just awful. It's a bummer. Where does it even go? I could go here and do that water house idea still. It can't really go anywhere else. I got no more railroads. Ugh. Maybe that? No, that's bad too, man. It's all bad. I think we might just... I'm gonna do this. Oh, it's getting bad. I will do that. I can no longer put this river together the way I wanted it to. I think I'm fine with this. Alright. We need 4. This tile has 5 on it, unfortunately. But look at that. Lovely. We just said it would be hard to match all these tiles, but we can do it right here. Quest complete, nab of perfect at the same time. 24 tiles, not a ton. Not a ton. But workable. Easily workable, I'd say. That's remains perfect, but makes things tricky. It's all tricky, tricky, tricky. Shout out to SSX Tricky. Well, shoot, huh? That's not bad. I'll place it. We keep coming back to you. We're never gonna get exactly what I want. I keep remember it's 1 house with some wheat and some grassland. It's just not exactly what I had in mind. And this is kind of the opposite of what I wanted. I want more 1 wheat, multiple houses. This is not this is not right. Maybe you go out here. Maybe you're happy over here. Like that. That makes me a little happy. What else makes me happy? Not much. I'm quite particular. I think my happiness will lie here. Alright, we did have a big forest, didn't we? Let's continue to build off of that. and go here. We'll complete the quest, and then why don't we make it grow even further? There we go. And then, okay, we're kind of chugging along here. This is quite good. I'm not sure I want forest here, but it also fits so nice and snug. Could we find something very cool here? That's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. Nothing, nothing, nothing. I'm going to go with my original idea and go right here. More trees to grow. In fact, I could kind of rotate it like this. Get a lot of grassland facing each other. We will eventually connect these. This isn't bad. And we kind of help. We already have a house facing that way. It's a good chance we get a house facing. There we go. We'll add to that. 1 wheat, 1 forest. Right here is probably best. 1 forest, ton of wheat. This is just slightly not good enough, right? How else could I do it? That is something. It's not enough, though, is it? A lot. I could find a lot of bad places to put this tile. Not a lot of good. Again, I keep thinking we could find it, and then no. I'm not so sure. Maybe I will do this. 14 exactly? Okay, good. We're not over 14 yet. I'm going to build it. Build it. Now we have a new water quest that we like. 2 forest, 2 houses, 2 grass. Flip it around, it would have been lovely, right? We could have had 3 for 3. If I go here 2 exactly, we could think about it. These are not in the right order. See, how tricky is that going to be? Because if I put this here, this guy's going to be 2 wheat, 1 house, 1 forest. That's a lot to ask for. If I do this, we kill... Yeah, we mess up some perfects. Is this what I'm going to do? No, I'm not going to. I refuse. Hang on. How about this? I'm not mad at it. Is there some wheat winning cap off near this waterway? That's... You know what? This is, like, cute. Because we don't demand water here. Is there maybe a better spot? No, I need it on either side. No, we can't do that. I like this. Maybe down there would have been good, too, but that one works. Actually, I'm thinking maybe that spot would have been better, technically. Oh, well. All right, a ton of trees. We have a tree quest. No, we don't have a tree quest. We removed our tree quest. This is almost what we wanted, but not enough. So how do we want to continue? I'm kind of fine with this. Oh man, more water. However, it is with 2 trees, 1 wheat, and it's wonky to look at because the trees kind of go all the way across. That's okay. It will eventually, like, we could curve this into adding somehow if this goes, connect these. I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. In here, I think that fits well. That fits really well. Didn't we just say we needed wheat across from each other? We do. Lovely. We'll get a lot of perfects here. 4 perfects. Yowza. Yowza. This helps curve. These will eventually connect. I'm not sure how I want to do with the trees. Honestly, putting these trees, kind of facing trees, that works okay. 4 houses. Don't we need them? We do. Can we connect them? We can. Give me that quest. I haven't explained flags. Okay, flags are sometimes when you complete a quest, you'll get a flag. And what that means is if you close it, it says close the group by placing tiles at the highlighted edges to fulfill the flag quest. So what that means is it says, hey, this is a good town. I want you to stop connecting houses together. So if I go here, you see how I stop this from growing, right? Because this house is not connected to these 2. So this highlighted edge is done. And if I do a similar thing with these two edges, then the flag will get chopped down and we'll get more tiles back. I almost would do this, but there's not enough wheat. That's also quite close. That's okay. That's not. Some of this is not going to be enough. I mean, that's something. It's not incredible. I like this. We finally have a grassland facing out here. And we get a water house. We've been waiting a long time for it. I think I'm going to put it right here. Also, I like it when I get to put water houses next to each other because they look cool. And you know what? I think we're going to wrap up right here. Slap it down. 2 perfects and a quest. 25 tiles. Not too shabby at all. 5,630 points. My record, I think, is 75,000 points. The map gets way big. Way big. But we're a ways off from that. So, I think that'll do it for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.